thought we'd start lying down today, just literally in Shavasana. So there's nothing on your mat, just lying flat. So I'll zip this down, we'll get started. Claire, mute. So just settling yourself, feet a little bit wider than hip distance, ankles soft, arms out to the side, a little way away from the body, palms facing up. And then gently rolling across the back of the skull, letting the full weight of the head drop back. Just rolling from side to side and coming to the place where you think you're in the center of the skull. Maybe noticing if you have to tuck the chin a little bit to find some extra length in the back of the neck. And I just want you to do a little observation of your own body now. So just start at the shoulder blades and just notice whether you're completely balanced. So see if you can take your awareness to the skin on the back of your shoulders, where it's touching the mat. And notice if one shoulder's maybe a little bit heavier than the other shoulder, or it feels that way. Maybe you're a bit one-sided, or maybe you're totally balanced. But just notice. And if you need to make a little adjustment, I certainly do. Maybe roll your shoulder blades down and see whether you can feel equally weighted in both shoulder blades. And then take your attention to the back of the pelvis. And similarly, notice whether you're equally balanced on both sides. How's the right side? How's the left side? Does one feel slightly heavier? And once again, if you need to do a little wiggle, lengthen the tailbone down to try and balance it, go ahead, do that. And then gradually start taking your attention inside and see whether you can attune to your breath, whether you can start to begin to feel the breath coming into the body. Don't alter it at all at the moment, just observe where you can sense the breath, whether you can, excuse me, feel the release of the diaphragm on the inhale. Allowing it to draw in the air. And then as you exhale, maybe you can sense it gently floating up. So gradually start to extend the breath. So maybe taking a slightly deeper inhale, slightly longer exhale. And then taking your attention to the side body, the side ribs. See if you can take some breath into the side body. So really feeling that rib cage opening up widthways. Feeling some extension across the back. And then as you exhale, visualize the rib cage softening, releasing, letting go. And then extend this visualization further so that your rib cage is growing in all four directions on the inhale. So it's going, expanding front and back, left and right. So opening in four directions, big, deep, full inhales, full exhales. And then begin to link the two. So see if you can feel the breath filling the belly and then moving up the front of the body, filling the chest. And then as you exhale, feel that you're letting go of the breath all the way down the back body, exhaling all the way down the spine to the tailbone. Waiting for another wave to come in, filling the belly, the side ribs, the chest. Maybe pausing in the roof of the mouth until it falls all the way down, back down the back body. Letting go, releasing. Do a couple more of those big wave breaths. And then gently bring the knees into the chest. Have your toes together, a hand on each knee, and gently draw circles with your knees. So making those butterfly wings. Just checking in to see how your hips are today. Again, maybe notice one hip might feel different from the other. And then rotate in the opposite direction. Let's hold the right knee, extend the left leg down the mat, coming onto the center of the left heel, drawing those toes up towards the sky, trying to get as much of the back of the leg on the mat as possible. And then gently just circle the right ankle. One way and the other. And then drawing that left knee back into the chest, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring the nose up to meet the knees, hug it in. Inhale, place the head down, hold the left leg and slide the right leg down the mat. Breathing here, really extend out through the inner heel. So you're really long, all the way along that right side, and then circle the left ankle. One way and then the other. And then drawing the right knee into the chest, holding behind the thighs, rolling up and down the back, keeping the chin a little tucked. See if we can come straight into Navasana. So plant the sitting bones down, lift the chest, release the shoulders down the back. Imagine the spine growing out of the pelvis. And then let's place the feet down. We're going to come and sit to do our shoulders. So finding something to sit on, a cushion, a few books, folded blanket. And if you've got your strap handy, that would be good. So finding a comfortable place to sit. If your knees don't like to sit cross-legged, then have them out to the front. Let's just take the shoulders up to the ears and take a few sigh out, just in case we're feeling a bit tense. Inhale, lift. One more. Couple of circles back, couple of circles forward. Reach the arms out, hands on the tips, elbows kissing, and then drawing big circles. Let's come back to the breath, inhaling as you're coming up, exhaling as you're coming round. So really feeling the shoulder blades moving on the back. And let's take it the other way. And then finding your strap, holding it a little bit wider than shoulder distance. We're going to inhale, lift it up. Exhale, just reach behind, not all the way, just reach it behind. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. So notice as you take it back, whether you like to pop your ribs out, because I know I do. So try and soften the lower ribs and just make it a shoulder movement rather than a spinal movement. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. Let's reach the diagonals now. So inhale, lift, and then bend well, one elbow, send the other one back. Or it diagonally. Everybody will look different because everybody's shoulders move completely differently. So just feeling into your diagonal stretch. One more each way. Beginning to warm up all around the shoulders. And then take it down. Now take it really wide because we're going to try and go all the way over. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, all the way down the back. Inhale, lift it up. Making sure your shoulders are moving balanced at the same time. You're not hopping one over and then the other. Inhale, add a little bit of tension. Make sure that strap's being pulled. And Chaim, you're leaning forward. Keep your spine still. One more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift it up. And release. Now we're taking it to just shoulder width apart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows. Take the strap behind the head. Inhale, lift it up like it's a really heavy weight. Exhale, take it down. Oh, it's so strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift, and then we'll be the strongest people. Exhale, bend. Really pull out. Inhale, lift. And then throw it away. Whew. Hopefully those shoulders feel nice and warm now. Give them a bit of a wriggle. And let's move on to the wrists. Hands on the fingers, sorry, thumbs in the middle of the palms. Cross there, fold the fingers over and a few rotations one way and the other. Not too bad. And then let's do our old pumping. Push away. And then pump the other direction if you can remember how to do it. And then shake it out. Okay, we're going to start at the back for a flow in our child position. So at the back of your mat in child. Have a blanket nearby in case we're coming onto our knees and you want to pad your knees. Sorry, just threw a blanket at all. Hit her in the head. Okay, so settling into your child. If your bottom doesn't touch your heels, make sure you put something there. Give yourself a little space between your knees for your tummy and then folding down. Let's reach the arms right out ahead and take hold of the outside edges of the mat. So grab the outside edges of your mat and push the outside edge of the mat away as you pull your bottom down towards your heels. So find that full length and then release the mat. Place your forehead down and start taking your attention to the back body. Start coming back to that soft winged pelvis and imagine the breath all the way in that lumbar area, expanding on the inhale, letting go and softening on the exhale. So really allowing the back body to breathe. And then coming up onto your fingertips, gently creep over to the right-hand side. So walking yourself over, lifting up that left hand, placing it over the right. Keeping heavy in the left sitting bone. And now you might want to visualize inhaling up to the fingertips and exhaling all the way back down to the sitting bone. All the way up and down that left side. And then once again coming up, creeping all the way over to the other side. This time lifting the right hand over the left, heavy in the right sitting bone. Breathing here. And then coming back to center. Tucking the tailbone down, rolling up through the spine. So you're coming to kneel at the back of the mat. And then we're going to inhale. You're going to push down with the shins and the feet as you move the hips forward and lift the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, fall back down into your child. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, draw the navel in, fall back down, palms facing up. Inhale, push down, lift up. This time we're going to swim the arms around, place them on our lower back, fingertips pointing down, squeeze the elbows together, and see if you can visualize your chest lifting to the sky. Don't throw the weight of the head back. Keeping the chin a little bit tucked, just lifting the sternum. And then inhale, come up to vertical. We're going to step the right leg forward in a long lunge. So lengthen, feeling the openness in the front of that left hip. And think about the spine again, tailbone going back, crown of the head going forward. Breathing here. A little psoas stretch, tuck the back toe, push out through the heel. This is very good for anybody with the lower back problems. Lengthening this psoas is a real trick. And gently release. We're going to place the left hand down, sweep the right hand past the hip, come into a little twist. Exhale, take it down. Place the right hand down, sweep the left hand past the hip. Exhale, take it down. Plant down through the ball of the big toe, sweep the arms forward, lift the chest, crescent moon. See if you can clasp your hands, send your index fingers towards the back of the room. Lift the chest here again. And then inhale, come to vertical. Elbows to the side, let the shoulder blades scoop down the sides. We're going to take the right hand into the hip. You're going to reach that left arm forward, hook the elbow over, and turn yourself. I'm going to switch ends so I can see you. Turn yourself. Feel the rib cage turning. If you want to pad your knee here, you can see Sora grabbing her blanket, or pad your knee. Check into the spine, think tailbone one way, crown of the head the other. And then if you want to take a balance, you tuck the back toe, engage the outer glutes, and then reach out through the back heel. Feeling a connection from the heel to the crown of the head. Breath nice and smooth. And then come back to face forward, plant your hands down, take a deep inhale, and then step back, coming up into a downward dog. Keep it soft. Bend the knees, push into the hands. So it's a really nice shoulder opener. And then gently up onto the balls of both feet, bend one knee, send the other heel back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Really noticing how the heels are coming directly behind the second and third toe, how the legs are feeling. And then come up onto the balls of both feet. Exhale the heels towards the ground. Inhale, lift the crown of the head, come onto all fours. Exhale, fold back to your child. Take your hands behind you. Release the shoulders, rest the head. Take 3 deep breaths into the back body. And then on the next inhale, you're going to push the shins into the mat, move the hips forward, open up to the sky. Exhale, draw the navel in, scoop down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, draw that navel in. Inhale, lift it up. Take the hands onto the lower back. Now you can either just lift the chest here, or if you know you like taking camel, does anybody like taking camel? One hand down at a time. Don't take your hands off your back unless your hands are on your heels. And then lift the chest through. Keeping the chin tucked. And then you come out of it the same way. One hand on the back, other hand on the back. And then everybody coming up to vertical. You're going to step the left leg forward. It's a very short camel. And then find that lovely long lunge. Really allow the pelvis to drop. And then tucking the back toe, pushing out through the heel, taking that psoas stretch. So you just lift the knee off slightly, push out through the heel. Don't have to be a straight leg. And then lower again. If you want to pad under your knee, pad under your knee. Place the right hand down, take that left hand past the hip. Exhale, take it down. And the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Sweep both arms forward now. Lift the chest, crescent moon. Really lift the sternum towards the sky. Lengthen the tailbone. And then coming to vertical, you're going to take the left hand into the hip this time. Reach the right arm forward. Find length before we twist. And then hook the elbow over. Breathe the rib cage around. So feel the rib cage turning, turning, turning. Don't need to rush. Hands to prayer. Tailbone going one way, crown of the head the other. If you took the balance on the other side, tuck the toe. Reach it out. How's your breath? And then placing the hands either side of the foot, take a deep inhale, step back. Downward dog, walk it up. Let's come up onto the balls of both feet. Exhale the heels towards the ground. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, sighing out. We're going to lift the crown of the head. Inhale, coming onto all fours. Making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. We're going to take a deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to push the ground away, come up into a high cat. And then inhale, lower it down. Feel that roll through the spine, lifting the crown of the head. So a few cat-cows. Exhale, pushing away, really noticing how your spine feels. Inhale. And then coming back to your vertical, you're going to just walk the hands out in front of you. Melt the hands down. Sorry, melt the chest down towards the mat. Coming into your melting heart, a little bit too far up the mat. So keeping the hips over the knees, softening between the shoulder blades. Deep breath. And then bring the hands towards you, push yourself back up. Now you're going to take your elbows to where your hands were. Forearms are parallel, hands in Hasta Bandha, so real hand lock on. You're going to tuck your toes and come up into a little puppy dog. A few breaths here. Really imagine you're trying to draw your forearms together, and you'll feel that will secure your shoulder blades. It's quite a strong one on the shoulders. So maybe it's not for everybody. Obviously, do what you can. Now we're going to walk ourselves feet back and come into a half plank. So as you walk your feet back, think about moving your sternum forward. So bring your sternum forward, and then bring the front body into the back body. So you're in half plank. Breathing here. You haven't done this for a long time, have we? Try and keep the body parallel to the ground. One last deep inhale, full exhale. And then gently lowering the hips, reaching the legs back behind you, coming into your Sphinx. Drawing the center of the chest through. Notice if your glutes are switched on, switch them off. Use your abdominals here. Just allow the length from the pubis to the navel to the sternum. Lovely strong Sphinx. Okay, we're going to take the right heel towards the bottom. That might be enough of a quad stretch for you. But if you want to, you can sweep that left arm across and then take the right hand behind you and draw the heel down. Put a little bit of weight into that right hip. Feel the quad stretch. And gently release and take it on the other side. So again, just start by taking the left heel to the bottom. And then if it feels okay, maybe hook the elbow over the foot or take your hand to the ankle. Draw it towards you. Try not to twist in the lower back. So trying to keep the sacrum steady and square. And still pushing into that right forearm. So you're still using some shoulder strength here. And gently release. And then we're going to slide our arms out in front of us, coming onto our forehead. Palms are facing in, shoulder width apart. You're going to inhale the right arm and the left leg, lift them up. Kind of reaching away rather than going for height. Exhale, take them down. Inhale the opposite. Exhale down. Keep going with your breath. Going for length rather than height. And really allowing the movement to just fill the whole breath. One more each side. And then you're going to swim your arms to beside you. Your palms are facing in by your thighs. You're coming onto your forehead. You're just going to do simple Shalabhasana. Your inhale, coming up. Inner heels and fingertips towards the back of the room. Exhale, gently come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift, and let's stay here for 3 breaths. Chin tucked, so you're just looking slightly ahead of you. See if you can get the breath still going all the way down to the belly. Reaching out through those inner heels. One last deep inhale. And then exhale. Gently release. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Push up. Ease it out. Forward and back. And then come back to settling your child. Keep your arms out in front of you, but bottom towards your heels. 3 deep breaths into the back body. Really feel you're breathing into your lumbar. Now we're just going to flow a little bit. So inhale up onto all fours. Exhale into your downward dog. Inhale, roll it forward into your high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, crouching tiger. I love that now, I found that out. Back into your downward dog. Roll it through again. Inhale, roll it through, high plank. Bend the knees, push into your palms, uncurl. Downward dog. One more, inhale, roll forward. This time, taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to roll your heels over to the right-hand side, lifting up the the left hand, moving the hips forward. You're coming into a side plank. Now, any variation can happen. You could lower the bottom knee, you could step the top foot across. Just do what you can. Let's take the hand over the air, really reach it over. Inhale, lift it up. Make sure that the hand is directly under the shoulder. You have to have that alignment to have the strength and the balance. Take it back into your plank and then take it on the other side. Let the heels drop over to the left. Stack your left shoulder above your left hand. Reach the right arm up. And then maybe take your hand over the ear, palm facing down, lifting the hips. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently lower the knees. Fold yourself back. Take your hands behind you. Let the shoulders drop down. 3 deep breaths into the back body. And then creeping the arms forward. Inhale up onto all fours. Exhale into your downward dog. I want you to inhale the left leg up and back. Left leg. Exhale, step it through. Walk it through. You do the other one, otherwise you won't be able to see me. You could do your right leg, otherwise you won't be able to see me. And then we're going to lower the back heel, turn the back toes. Sorry, I was just talking to Saul. And then we're going to windmill our arms. So your right arm and your left arm will come up. And you're in your warrior 2. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. We're going to inhale, lift. And exhale, bend. One more inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, settle down, strong warrior 2. Preparing for Trikonasana. So you're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, reach forward, take the hand onto the shin, turn yourself around to the side, and then gaze up at the top thumb. Feel the inner thighs lifting, tailbone lengthening. Energy going all the way down the outside edge of the back leg into the outside edge of the back foot. Pushing the floor away. Now we're going to inhale, lift the fingertips to come to face sideways and turn the back toes in and bring the back heels in. Joel, you might want to turn around so you're facing me, huh? We're going to inhale the arms all the way up and then sink down into your goddess. I'm a bit wide, I need to come in again, maybe you do. Settling down, lifting the chest, Hands in prayer. We're going to inhale, lift it up. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, reach, lift up. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift. This time sweeping the hands behind us, going for reverse prayer. And turning the toes so that they're just turning in slightly. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Take heading out and take a flat back. So send both sitting bones back equally. As you reach the crown of the head forward, the tailbone back. Really push down through the balls of the front foot, of both your feet. So you feel the inner thighs lifting. If you need to bend your knees here, you can, but make sure you bend them equally. You're going to take a hand down to the floor or to a block or to a brick. Let's take the right hand down, swim the left hand onto the sacrum, draw the shoulder blade back, and then maybe take the arm up if your shoulder feels okay. Try and keep those hips square. Notice if you've allowed the right hip to drop. And then you're going to come back to center. You're going to bend your knees, take that hand all the way through to the outer edge of the right foot, and then creep the right arm forward. The right foot. I'm mirroring very badly today. And then gently gaze underneath. So you're taking a little twist. And again, you can do this. You can lengthen the front arm forward and bend your knees, or straighten your knees to see what your body wants. And then everybody bend your knees, hold opposite elbows, and give yourself a little rock from side to side. Bending one knee, bending the other. And then come back to center. This time we're going to be placing the left hand under the sternum. Either it can be on a book or a block or on the floor. Swim the right hand onto the sacrum. Draw the shoulder blade back. Think about the length in the spine. And then gaze up at the thumb. Breathing here. And then you're going to feed that right arm through to the outside of the left leg. Walk the other arm forward, the other arm. And then give yourself a little gaze underneath, twist towards the leg. So rotating the spine so you're looking underneath the armpit. And gently release opposite elbows. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then coming back to center, taking the hands into the creases of the hips. Push down into your feet and gently stack your spine. Coming all the way up. We're going to turn the toes out again. Taking the arms out. We're going to gather the energy. Remember, lifting it up from the floor. Gather to our center, and then we're pushing it away. Heels of the hands push away. Inhale, gather it up to your center. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, gather it up. Exhale, holding it here. Really pushing out through the heels of the hands, feeling the inner arms beginning to charge. Tailbone lengthening down, sternum lifted. And then inhale, lift. Turn the left toes in, the right toes out. You might want to take it a little bit wider. We're going to take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, reach forward, coming into Trikonasana. It's like a little bit of the moon salutation. Getting ready for the full moon salutation we're going to do on Friday, because it is going to be the full moon. Apparently it's tomorrow, the full moon. Gazing up. And then lifting your fingertips. And exhale, come into your warrior two. Inhale, palms up, rising up. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Hold this warrior two now. Have a little glance down. See if you can see your big toe. Making sure that inner knee is lifted. And then you're going to windmill the left arm over the top. Place it down, step back. Downward dog, let the heels sink. And then looking between your hands, you can either walk forward, or if you fancy a little bunny hop, look between your hands, come onto the balls of your feet. Visualize your pelvis doing a lovely light loop as you bunny hop between your hands. And then whichever kind of forward bend you like. If you like a soft forward bend, bend your knees. Hold opposite elbows, ragdoll down, or loop your big toes. If you know your lower back's fine, you can take your full forward bend where you're lengthening on the inhale and drawing in on the exhale. And then everybody push into the ground, take the hands into the creases and gently uncurl, coming up to stand. As we are doing. Just time for a little balancing. What balance shall we do today? All of those. We're going to do one with our strap, a twist. So find your strap. Let's hook it over the ball of the left foot. Find your Tadasana, so feel equally grounded to begin with. Feel the length of the spine. Find your drishti, your gaze, and a little bit of core. We're going to turn towards the leg to begin with. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, exhale all the way down through the right leg. So that right leg is growing roots. The left leg can become light. Just floats up and hug the knee into the chest. Just walk yourself up, hug the knee into the chest, lift the sternum, lengthen the tailbone. Take the strap in the opposite hand. And then you're going to extend the leg and turn towards it. So as you turn towards the leg, you take the hand behind you and see if you can gaze at the thumb. Imagine you were creating a cross with your body, the feet and the head one way, the fingertip and the heel the other. You're being pulled in 4 directions. How's your breath? And then coming back the way we came, so with control, just folding it back in, drawing yourself back in. And hug the knee in, lengthen the tailbone. And then place the foot down. Brilliant. Taking it on the other side. So see if you can't get a straight leg, it doesn't matter. It's more about getting the focus, the stable posture. Take a deep inhale, nothing really matters. And exhale all the way down through the left leg. So the right leg becomes nice and light. Hug it in. Feel that lovely release of the lower back. And then take the strap into the opposite hand. Push out through the heel as you reach back and start turning towards the leg. And then turning to look at the hand behind you, reaching out. So thumb pointing up. Notice how your breath is. It's still nice and smooth and long. And then coming back the way we came. Nice and tall. Gently release it. Throw the strap away. Ankle balance. Rising up onto the balls of the feet, palms facing up. Exhale with control, lowering the heels really slowly so that the heels don't touch the ground until your hands are by your side. Inhale, rising up. Exhale down. Inhale, holding at the top now. Inhale, rising up. Maybe clasping your hands, rotating the heels of the hands towards the sky. Really nice and long, feeling that release all the way down through the tailbone. Nice soft pelvises. Letting the weight just drop through all the balls of the feet. And then gently lowering the heels, taking the feet a little bit wider, toes turned out, knees turned out, sinking down, coming into our squat. If your heels are lifted, you put blocks underneath or put books underneath, or just don't do it. Lift the chest. If anybody wants to try their crow, Lee Newman, James, John, and anybody else, you wrap the knees around the upper arms, come up onto the balls of the feet again, tip forward, use your breath. Imagine you had a thread in the center of your spine pulling you up towards the sky as you exhale. So take a deep inhale and then empty out, one toe off maybe, the other toe off maybe. Holding here. Well done, everybody. I know you all did it beautifully. And then lie down on your back. Just going to tilt this down again. Coming to lie down. We're going to bring the knees into the chest. Give ourselves a little massage on the lower back to begin with, one way and the other. So keeping the knees together, just rolling around, easing out any kinks in the lower back. And then taking your hands by your side, I want you to hop your bottom over to the right-hand side of the mat. Take the arms out to a T. If you've got a bolster or a cushion or a book handy in case your knees don't touch the ground, it might be a good idea, because you're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, using your core to control the knees as they come down, make sure that they're resting on something. If it's not the ground, find a block, don't let them hang. And then turn your head to look over your right shoulder and become heavy. Soften the forehead, soften the jaw. Take a little scan and notice if you're holding around the hips, around the ankles. Just let everything go. Allow everything to ground. And then come back to your breath. And notice nice full deep inhales, full deep exhales. One last deep breath here. And then on an inhale, float the right leg up, float the left leg up, place the feet down, bring the hips and the shoulders into alignment. Bring the nose to the knees and the knees to the nose. Inhale, the arms above the head, the legs towards the sky. And hug it back in. This time taking your bottom over to the left-hand side, hop it over. Arms out to a T with control, just gently letting the knees come to rest. Turning your head to look over the left shoulder. Breathing here. Deep belly breaths. One last deep breath here. And then float the left leg up. Float the right leg up. Place the feet down. Bring the hips and the shoulders into alignment. Bring the nose to the knees and the knees to the nose. This time you're going to place the feet down a hand's distance away from your bottom. Roll the right shoulder away, roll the left shoulder away. Really feel the contact across the back of the shoulders and the upper arms with the mat. Make sure the chin's tucked. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, roll the pubic bone towards you. Let the weight drop into your feet and then push down through your feet to lift the pelvis. Just come into a nice steady bridge where the knees and the hips and the shoulders are in one alignment. Think about the tailbone lengthening away. Imagine you were shooting your thighs to the end of the room. Notice your grounding, how your feet are. Are you equally grounded on all four corners? One last deep inhale. And then draw the navel in as you exhale and roll your spine down. And then extend the legs down the mat. Take your arms above your head. Reach out the right arm and the left leg. And the left arm and the right leg. Both arms and both legs. Through the toes and through the heels. And then give yourself a little shake. Let everything become loose. And do whatever you need to do before your Shavasana. So if you need to find a blanket or a cushion. And then lying down. Maybe do that little body scan we did at the beginning of the class and just see how equally weighted you are on your right and your left side. Do any last adjustments you need to do. So arms away from the sides with the palms facing up. Noticing all the points of contact where your body meets the ground. The back of the head, across the shoulders, the back of the pelvis, the elbows, the wrists, the back of the hands. The back of the legs, the heels. And feel all of those points of contact spread as you let the weight of your body drop into the ground. And feel the ground supporting you. And gradually becoming aware of the breath. Without controlling it at all, just noticing where you can feel it. And just watching, observing that constant flow. Rest your mind on your breath and relax completely. So it's time to come back now. Maybe take a slightly deeper inhale, a fuller exhale. And when you're ready, begin to sense your fingers, your toes. And take your arms above your head, give yourself a nice stretch. And when you're ready, rolling onto your side for a few breaths before coming to sit. And see if you can keep your eyes closed for a few more moments. Just checking into how your body feels now, how your mind is, how your energy is. And then bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.